It's been all the Waikato Bay of Plenty magic in the first quarter. They lead the Southern Steel by 8 goals as they look to secure a place in the preliminary final against the New South Wales Swiss next week. The Southern Steel's who they're playing today. And they've started well, 16-8 the Magic lead. Kerry, how can the Steel get back into this?
Well, I think that the defensive pairing of Selby Rickett and Liana de Bruin, they're in the right position, but their heads are down. And if Selby Rickett gets her head up, she will get some of those balls that are flying in from Jodie Brown. They're just a little bit behind the 8 ball. I think Liana de Bruin will be pleased to be down this other end of the court. She was not getting anything from Mandy Nottingham. And Sharon Kelly will let a lot more go.
Yes, the Aussie umpire, Sharon Kelly, down the other end now, known to let things go a little bit more in those circles. So we shall see if things go De Bruin's way. But it's back with the Steel attackers and Dean.
Fantastic switch from Jodie Todd and Casey Williams.
Wapiti takes a long shot, a settler. Important for Wapiti because she was shut out of it in the first quarter.
And that's what the Steel need to do a little bit more, is put a mismatch, rotate the circle so there's a mismatch of Jodie Todd against Danica Wapiti, because if she goes up against Casey Williams, it's going to be 50-50.
So they've got the turnover, the Steel, the contact against Jodie Brown. And they'll try and work it into their shooters again. Williams just tracking Wapiti's every move, and she'll have to go long again, and it'll come off, but she's grabbed the rebound and tipped it in. Nice work, Wapiti. So a good little start here for the Steel. They've got the break and they have the centre pass. What can they do with it? Good position for Barrett Chase, and there she finds Wapiti again.
That was a better hold from Wapiti, just nice and simple.
Liana Barrett Chase probably hasn't been as prominent as we've seen her in some other games.
No, but she's always working, and her and Megan Dean, they just do so much work bringing that ball through.
Quick hands goes awry, and the Steel get another turnover. That's what they're after. That's a couple now for the Southerners.
That was good attacking of the ball from Selby Rickett.
There's Barrett Chase. So much flair and speed.
Yes, she's finding the circle edge quite easily. It's just where to next from the circle edge for the Steel has been the issue.
Already we've seen a couple of contacts go against the Magic defenders down this end. Picked it, Kerry?
Yeah, Mandy Nottingham very hard on the defenders. Good setup there from the Steel, and the Magic forced to take a timeout.
Well, the Steel have made a good start. They were 16-8 down, and the 17-12 down now, so things looking a little better. So someone's getting some treatment on probably a blister. That's nasty. Or the strapping tape on the ankles looking to cause a few problems.
That's really good when she's up the top and you just like throw a big one over and you're watching them go for them, all right? Pass and cut. Much better when there's movement. You've got to keep moving. I don't care if you run way up to this part.
Robin Broughton, a little bit frustrated, I think, with her troops, just wanting them to attack the ball. They're in the right spaces and to do more cutting.
Win or lose, she's always entertaining to listen to, Robin Broughton. The Magic huddle, they'll still be relatively happy. Not quite so many words from Nolene Tautua.
Number 3, Jodie.
It's connect one.
Right from the start, she wants this one back. Steel just closed a little gap.
It's 1 on 3. 1, 2, 3, 1.
Yeah, and I do think the umpiring will have an effect on this game. There is a big difference between what Sharon Kelly rules and what Mandy Nottingham rules. So they've got to take advantage of that, the Steel, while they're down at Mandy Nottingham's end, this attack end.
It always seems a shame, though, that there is such discrepancies in the same competition. But anyway, it's a whole other show. We'll get back to the action.
We could talk about that for hours, couldn't we, Ricky?
Yes, but it's back with Wendy Frew. She tries to find Megan Dean.
Good hands from Laura Langman on the outside of the circle.
Dean makes no mistake with her first shot of the quarter. A bit of encouragement from the Steel bench. They've managed to close this gap by scoring the last 5 goals. They're on a little run. Magic.
Megan Dean making her presence felt. She's the most composed player I've ever seen. Nothing ever changes with her and her demeanour. She just does her job.
Oh, Selby Rickett, great hands. The 21-year-old, she's plucked another one. That's a couple from Selby Rickett. She's started this quarter very well, and they go long to Apiti, who's strong under pressure from Williams.
Williams calling, demanding Nottingham. She dragged her foot, trying to get the stepping call. Selby Rickett, the player who's come up with the ball for the Steel.
Dean steadied herself for the shot. And once again, as you say, that calm demeanour.
So from an 8-goal margin, they've shut it down.
Oh, a chance to close it to 2. It's been a great start to the quarter from the Steel. Magic haven't really been able to do much with the ball at all. Here's Dean again, right at the top of the circle. And another great shot from Megan Dean, and yes, that margin is 2. The last 7 the Steel have scored. The Magic just working their way into the circle, and they go to Van Dijk, and there's Selby Rickett again, another fantastic intercept. That's 3 in a row. Selby Rickett. They'd put the pressure on, though, hadn't they, the defensive effort from the Steel?
Yes, and the Magic have just tightened up. They're not releasing the ball like they were in that first quarter. They've really, really shut down attacking-wise. There's much to do with that fantastic defence from the Steel.
So Barrett Chase will look to feed in again. Here's Daniku Apiti. Williams stretched over the ball, but Apiti held it long enough. We have a 1-point ball game, and this to tie it up for the Steel. The Magic are 6s and 7s at the moment after being in such control, Kerry.
Yes, and they can't call another timeout now, because if they call a timeout, somebody will have, whoever calls it will have to come off the court.
An interested spectator standing by, Temepara George, the Mystics captain.
Thomas, but I have found Temepara George way up here in the bleachers. 16 to 8 at quarter time, but boy, they're coming back, aren't they, Bubby?
Yeah, they are. It's 17-16 now, and it's just an exciting... You can't, let Steel down after the first quarter, so it's becoming a really exciting match.
Do you wish you were out there?
Oh, totally. I'm sitting there talking to Ange next to me thinking, I wish I was there. But never mind, 2 New Zealand teams, it's good for the country.
You've played both of these teams as opposition. What's the key to beating either?
I think finals is a different game plan. I think it's the mental edge, and whichever team wins, I think whoever had the mental edge is going to do it.
Top 2 inches. Thanks for your time, Temepara.
Awesome, thank you.
Temepara George watching on the mental edge, and while she's been chatting, the Magic have finally got a little bit of a roll on and scored a couple of quick goals. 19-16 the lead now.